On today's episode of Pathmonk Presents, please welcome Jeremy. Jeremy is from Ubiquitous, and for all of you who don't know, Ubiquitous is basically, it unlocks influencer marketing for the biggest brands in the world and also heavily focuses on TikTok. Jeremy, it's an honor to have you on the show today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, great to be here, Mariah. Thanks for having me.
Cool. Absolutely. Definitely. So for all of our listeners out there, tell them what Ubiquitous does and, what industries do you guys serve? And, what is the issue that you guys solve for your clients overall?
For sure. Ubiquitous is an influencer marketing company. We were the first TikTok first influencer marketing company that we sort of arrived during the pandemic in 2020 when things were starting to take a turn in terms of influencer marketing. So what we do is we help the biggest brands in the world, Lyft, Crocs, Amazon, Spotify, brands like that. We help them run massive influencer marketing campaigns at scale on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, places like that. So how we do that is we essentially find out what their strategy is. They're looking to drive brand awareness. They're looking to drive conversions to their website. What's their target audience, stuff like that. And we help them build the creator outreach list of creators they need to be reaching out to. We develop a creative brief that provides the messaging for the outreach and gets the creators to commit to the partnership. And then we actually do ourselves all of the creator outreach, negotiation, all that fun stuff to make sure that posts go live, content gets live, creators get paid, and the money is well spent throughout the course of the campaign. We're in an exciting time in influencer marketing where it's sort of a new era where you can find micro creators and creators who have kind of become famous in their niche on YouTube or TikTok for reasonable prices, and you can make them brand ambassadors for you. So we're helping a lot of brands sort of enter the space right now, and it's really exciting.
Yeah, that is really exciting. And that's a huge demand too right now, especially with, how popular TikTok is and the fact that it's being used across every, for every brand, every agency. So it's definitely a really smart move with what your company's doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We tend to agree.
Yeah. Super cool. So what would you say is your top client acquisition channel then, digital marketing, inbound SEO content, or is it just a mix of a lot of things in general?
Great question. We have some really strong affiliate partners that we start out with early on that were high ranking in Google. We sort of found they were ranking well in Google, and we devoted a lot of our spend to driving leads from them. Over time, what we've done is we've invested in other channels. We tried other affiliate sites, and we're actually putting a major push around SEO right now, and we're getting really good results from it so far. We actually are on page 1 of Google for influencer marketing right now, which for a company that was a microsite literally a year ago is pretty incredible. So so I would say right now, like, main thrust is paid channels, affiliates, things like that. We're seeing the tide rise with SEO. And then the last thing we're doing is we're starting to get a really aggressive outbound campaign going. It's designed in a little bit different way because I have very strong feelings about outbound and how to do it right. But we're getting that launched as well. So our goal is to have all 3 of those maturing and really just continually driving more leads for us over the coming year.
All right, super cool. You guys got a lot coming down the pipeline. That's super awesome.
Yeah, we got lucky. We have a phenomenal head of content named Andrew Bankson who identified really strong affiliates early on, and luckily there's a lot of demand in the space. So it was sort of the right place, right time, plus finding that perfect partner, and it's given us a really strong, consistent inbound lead funnel since I've been here.
That's awesome. I'm really happy to hear that. So now we're going to shift gears. We're going to talk about the website. So what would you say are the major strengths of the website and then areas of improvement for the website?
Great question. The Ubiquitous website is, so again, a year ago, it was a microsite. It was a 1-page site, which was incredible. And I joined in May of 2022, and our marketing team really all joined at the beginning of 2022. So we all sort of were just getting our feet wet with it. We've built it out really quickly. And I'd say in terms of strengths, some of the biggest strengths are probably that we have a very strong, clear, simple value proposition. We help you run influencer marketing campaigns on these channels. We call out the channels. I think it looks great. I think the website's it looks very visual and very appealing. We do a good job of sort of breaking out, okay, we help you with TikTok, we can help you with Instagram, we can help you with YouTube. Here's all those. And then we've done a really good job from an overall SEO standpoint of like doing the blocking and tackling technical stuff to help make sure the website is going to rank well for that. So I'd say look and feel, very clear, strong CTA and presentation of our value props. That's probably our biggest strengths.
All right.
And then you asked for weaknesses too, right?
Yes.
So which I was less hesitant to say. I would say weaknesses probably, we're still a young company with the website. There's always more we can add in terms of like, I would like to see a more robust, client database, on there. Right now we've got, some of the basics in parts of that where there's social proof, there's validation for that, all that good stuff. But, over time, we're going to continually build that stuff out to where we're really hammering, hey, we do work with the best brands in the world. Here's who they are, all that good stuff. So, I would say that's probably the area I would say we can improve the most is in terms of overall social proof on the website.
All right. Super cool. Thanks for sharing that with me. So
Sure.
Now we've talked about the website, but we also want to talk about you as a leader. So what does an average day look like for you in the office?
It's a great question. So I work fully remote, which I wouldn't say that I love. I got my start. It's my third company. I've always enjoyed being in the office, but we're a remote first company, and that is the era we live in. Luckily, I work with really, really talented people. So I manage our marketing team and our strat team, which is like in my opinion, like the two all-star teams of Ubiquitous. My day consists usually of a lot of internal meetings where I'm meeting with team members, and we are either doing one or two things. We're doing one-on-ones where we're talking about what specific items they're working on this week. If it's a strategist, what's their pipeline look like? If it's a marketer, what's their deliverables for the week, all that good stuff. So there's that type of meeting. And the second type is what I like to call like action-oriented meetings. My favorite meetings are meetings where we actually do basically complete a task during the meeting. It's not where we discuss a task. Where we literally collaboratively knock it out. So that could be, for example, we're writing a new email sequence, or something like that. We're going to do it together, and we're going to actually get it, in HubSpot on the course of the call, stuff like that. So a lot of those, I'd say, probably first and foremost, and then a lot of what I do is helping sort of, I guess, servant lead by, there's usually a flurry of needs coming in via Slack with people who are either working a deal and need help figuring out how do we work this deal better, what should I do, or talking to one of our marketers who's like, hey, I need to figure out what to do about this. Let's discuss, help me sort of with that. So there's a lot of ad hoc needs there. There's some other things I try to do every day. I try to watch 3 Gong calls every day with my I have 3 strategists, so I watch one of their Gong calls every day. I've fallen off the last month, I hate to say, because I've been busy with some other stuff, but it's been a really great practice because not only do I get to see them work their magic and see how they're working deals and coach them up, but I, get to see what our prospects are saying and why they're buying. So it's this constant feedback loop of, okay, here's why this person's interested in buying. Here's their role. Here's their pain points. Here's like the 3 things that are really differentiating us from the competition. So that's a good practice. That's a good daily practice I do every day. Those tend to takes up a lot of my day, I would say. And there's usually the last thing I'd say is I do a lot of collaboration across with the rest of the leadership team, usually in some way, shape, or form, with something that involves our execution team or our product team or something like that. So there's no shortage of things to do. It's different every single day, Mariah. That's why I love this job. That's why I love marketing. I think marketing is all 3 jobs I've had. It's always, that's the way it's been. But that describes it.
Sweet. That's awesome. The one thing I really love that you said is how you have the action-oriented calls. And I feel like that alone, like it solves the gap with, remote work where it's like, okay, I know we're going to get on this client. I know I'm going to be able to tackle, task X, Y, and Z. And it's like, okay, like I love that aspect that you do that with your team. And I think like that's something that a lot of teams or a lot of companies, could even like consider adopting as well.
I got that from I worked for a company called Nextiva before I joined Ubiquitous. And I had this phenomenal boss named Gaetano Tenardi, who's a big name in demand gen. He hated meetings so much that he insisted, he was like, if we're gonna do a meeting, it has to be this way. And I took that from him. And I think the team likes it too. Yeah, there's nothing worse than a soul sucking, meeting that is a waste of everyone's time where you talk about something but nothing gets done. So I'm with you.
Sweet. Definitely. So we're getting close to the end of our interview now. And I'm going to send you some rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
Sure. Let's do it.
Cool. What is the last book that you read?
Oh man, the last book that I read. I've been rereading the Book of Basketball by Bill Simmons, which I bought a long time ago. It's the NBA playoffs right now, but I just felt like rereading it. It's my favorite part of it. It has a list of like the top like 96 basketball players of all time. And I love just reading Bill Simmons write-ups of all the basketball players. I do a lot. I think about business as like a sport, and which is I'm terrible because of all the cliches with that stuff. But I get a lot of inspiration from like thinking about like great coaches and players and all that good stuff. So that's what I'm reading right now.
Okay, cool. It must be a really good book then for you to be like reading it again. So
yeah, it's phenomenal. If anyone watches as a fan of basketball, you have to get this book. It's a must.
Okay, cool. Good to know. I'm going to notate that. All right. So if there were no boundaries in technology, what would be the one thing you would want to have fixed in your role today as a marketer?
Can you repeat that? If there are no barriers?
If there were no boundaries in technology at all, what would be the one thing that you could fix within your role today as a marketer?
I would love Mariah to teleport to have face-to-face conversations with my team and all my coworkers. I would love it if every conversation I had was face-to-face, because I feel like there's so much value in face-to-face communication versus through the laptop. So yeah, I would teleport. That's what I would do. Somebody needs to invent that, and I think that'd be a solid invention right there. I'd buy it. I'd buy a teleport device.
There you go. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe AI may be able to do that in the next few years. Who knows?
Sure. There you go.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So we're at the end of our interview today, and I want to thank you so much for taking the time to be on Pathmonk Presents. But I also want to give you the last word. If someone forgets about everything we've talked about today, what is the one thing you want them to remember about your company?
Great question. Ubiquitous, we consider ourselves the very best in influencer marketing. I'd say influencer marketing it's something that every brand needs to be doing. The challenge is that it's super time consuming and it's super expensive to do in-house because you need a lot of manpower to do the actual creator outreach and all that stuff. And you have to be careful if you work with an agency, because a lot of agencies come from the entertainment side of the business, and they're not business savvy, if you will. Ubiquitous, we're all in-house marketers. We're all people who are performance marketers or brand marketers who work with places like Warner Records, etc. So if you need help with your influencer marketing, come talk to us. We are the professionals. We're the people who were in your role before we joined Ubiquitous. And our goal is to make influencer marketing just sort of breaking this brave new world of influencer marketing with this new breed of creators that I think are really exciting for brands to tap into. So come talk to us. I would love to talk to you.
All right, there you go, viewers. You heard them. Go talk to them for any of your influencer marketing needs. All right, Jeremy, thank you so much again. And for all of our listeners out there, check us out next week on Pathmonk Presents.